Hi, everybody. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today I have something super exciting. We're going to do a first impressions walkthrough of the Beetlejuice Tarot deck and guide. I literally just got this out of my mailbox like just a few hours ago. I could not wait another blooming minute. Like, I just couldn't do it. It's dark outside. I don't even care. We're doing this with the artificial light. Like, I need to get in this box. So so this is a new deck from Inside Editions. Shout out to Inside Editions for sending this over to me for purposes of review and so that I can share it with you. We are going to take a look. We're going to see all the things. We're going to check out the guidebook. We're going to see if it's a pip deck or if it's fully illustrated, what the guidebook looks like, all the things. Because I know that on the website it said a map. So I'm curious to see what this map is. This one is written by Casey Gilly. She is the same writer, I believe, of the Buffy Tarot deck and a few other decks by Inside Editions, and illustrated by Abigail Larson, who did the Horror Tarot by Inside Editions, as well as the Darkwood Tarot. You guys might be familiar with her name. And I think she's got a Vampire Tarot coming out soon. So I'm pretty excited about that one. This is my first of Abigail Larson's decks, so I'm very excited to have one finally in my collection. So let's take a look. It says Chant, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice Tarot Deck and Guide to let the ghosts with the most guide you through your readings with this must-have beautifully illustrated tarot deck and guide inspired by the iconic Tim Burton film. Fans of Beetlejuice can use this deck and fold-out guide complete with card meanings and instructions to perform fun and informed readings. The 78 custom illustrations evoke the haunting spirit of the infamous bio-exorcist and feature images of fan-favorite characters from Adam and Barbara Maitland and Lydia Dietz to the ghastly characters in the Netherworld's waiting room through classic Rider-Waite iconography. Includes a fully illustrated 78 card deck and fold-out guide. So we definitely have a fold-out guide inside. So we have the thumb hole cutouts. What it looks like when you open it. So on the Amazon website, there's bugs. It said, it said map. So I was curious to see if this was going to be like, oh goodness, there are bugs all over this. If you know me, you know I do not like bugs, so I'm not happy about that. But we'll see. It said it was going to be a map. So I was wondering what that was, if it was going to be like the Lord of the Rings, and it kind of is. So what we have here, so this is a hard cover here and here, and then it opens like this, like an accordion. And here's the introduction. Okay, so let's read. It says, welcome to the afterlife. All stripes welcome here. In your hands, you've got your very own handbook, but it's not for the recently deceased. It's for anyone curious and about expanding their horizons with the world of tarot. Then it shows you the major arcana. And then let's see. So all of this is major arcana. And then so the minors don't have pictures and don't have bugs, thank goodness. And then does it have any write-up about the minors? Did they change it looks like I see wands. Hang on. Wait 1 second. Let me see what we got. Okay. Here we go. All right, so it says the minor arcana. They haven't changed the names. We've got wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. Wands are spirituality, passion, energy. Cups, feelings, creativity, intuition. Swords, thoughts, action, and communication. Pentacles, career, finances, and physical health. So that's the same. We haven't changed that. Okay. We don't have any pictures in here, so we'll have to get the cards out further. So let's see what's on the back. Okay. So flipping it over, this is all the minor arcana. And we'll take a closer look at some of the write-ups as we go along. And then on the bottom down here are some spreads. So here's a Beetlejuice spread. It says solving a pesky problem. And then it's a Showtime spread. Shine lights and spotlight straightforward questions. And then draw a door spread over here. It's kind of hard to show in here. I'm so sorry because it's so big. But here's about the author and about the illustrator. And Casey Gilly, yes, she did the Buffy deck, the Star Wars, and the Little Pony Generations. Is that a tarot? Or is that like a comic book? And then here's Abigail Larson's information. Artist. Okay. I'm just going to fold this up and put this off to the side. So here's the inside of the box. And the cardstock is typical. If you have any other Inside Editions cardstocks, it's a satin matte. Um, it feels a little bit, let me see. Yeah, it's a little bit thick and it's a satin coating. So it's matte, pretty matte. Like you can see I'm shining light directly on it here and that's all the glare I'm getting. So it's pretty good. Definitely has a lot of bugs on the back, but these aren't freaking me out as much as the ones on the guidebook. So that's good because I was like, oh shit. You got that sort of fun house, and then you got the worm going through, the beetles, the bats. It's very Beetlejuice. Very, very Beetlejuice. So that makes sense. It looks like it is fully reversible. And thank God I'm not like freaking out about the backs of the cards, guys. I have an irrational fear of bugs, and you never know what's going to scare me. That guidebook freaked me the hell out, but the backs don't. So I'm happy about that. Cards, you have a border, the number at the top, the title at the bottom, and let's go. So for the Fool, we have the Maitlands encountering. They're shrunken into the model and looking at the ghost with the Moses gravesite there. Here is Otho as the magician. He was the one that knew about the occult and everything like that, so that makes sense to have him as the magician. The handbook for the recently deceased as the high priestess. It has the information, it's shared it has the knowledge that we need to get from the other side, right? So that is that connection with that knowledge from the other side. Okay, yes, the caseworker as the empress. She was the one that was taking care of them, telling them everything that they needed to do. That's perfect. This artwork is spot on. I can tell exactly who I'm looking at. Her face is, I know exactly who I'm looking at, and it's beautiful. All right, so we have the father as the emperor. We didn't have Delia as the empress. So I'm curious to see where we're going to put her because we have the dad. Okay, so let's see. Keep it moving. Yeah, so I can see him as a Hierophant for sure. So we have the Maitlands as the lovers. In their when they were trying to scare when they were trying to scare the people in their house, they had stretched their faces out and tried to come back from the afterworld with their faces all stretched out to scare the Deets. So that makes sense. That's the choice that they made. They've come together to make a choice. Here they are in the chariot. This is before they became ghosts, before their accident. They were coming back from the store. So Delia was a very powerful woman, right? She had very strong opinions. She was like, loud and proud. And so I can see her artwork as being a piece of her artwork being representative of strength. I can definitely see that, especially this one, because it like, if you know the movie, it comes alive and like grabs people at some point. So it's like, so this guy was kind of like, so this is the hermit. So if this guy was kind of like stuck in the waiting room there, waiting for a long time. I wonder, I'm curious to see. I'm just gonna get out this little flippy thing, this map. Okay, so it says sometimes waiting isn't so bad. Okay, it says you need a reprieve from the outside world, and there's no better guide than the hermit. Some may see him as trapped in a waiting room. That's what I was thinking. But intentional seclusion is good for your mind, no matter how tiny it is. And if you give yourself time to look inward, you will return with a deeper understanding of who you are and where you're heading. Heading is italicized, so it's punny. So then reverse says the reversed hermit suggests that your external life has, well, shrunk. Solitude can be powerful and healing, but too much of it can lead to neglecting relationships and interests. Okay, I can see that. I can get with that. All right, so we've got the sort of wheel. This was like a merry-go-round Beetlejuice situation for the Wheel of Fortune. I think that's perfect. Justice. Yeah, the Deo scene. I mean, this is the scene where like what this is the scene where like your actions have consequences, right? They've come in the house and like revamped the whole thing, not caring about anything, and this is what they get. So yeah, I could see that as justice. So you got the Hanged Man, yeah, okay, for sure. I see him as the Hanged Man. So the guidebook has, I'm just looking in the guidebook here, and it says there's little taglines here. So this one says, grab your handbook, head to the sixth floor, and prepare an unexpected perspective. And this one says, death, not just for the dead, the death card. So this says, find your piece one roll of wallpaper at a time. I think this is her before she died, where she was like decorating and stuff. And it says in the guidebook, it says she represents the ability to blend perspectives, to be committed to what you want in the long term and make compromises along the way. Okay. And then the devil, this is where um this is like Beetlejuice's little playground here for the devil. And the tower, yeah, this is where they died. This is where they crashed. So that is definitely a tower moment. We have Lydia as the star. I think that's a perfect star card. I have the movie tarot, and I was just thinking, is Lydia the star card in that one? But now I think, no, she's the high priestess. She's the high priestess in that one. But I like her as the star too. And so we've got the moon. And then the tagline here is, whether it's in the attic or under designer sheets, something is hiding. All right. And here, this is one of Delia's friends that came to, not Lydia's friend, Delia's friend that comes to the dinner party just before the Deo scene. And she's like very flashy. So I could see her as the sun for sure. Let's see what it says in the book. It says, be the gold jumpsuit you want to see in the world. The sun warms your reading with positivity and optimism, glowing brighter than Grace's jewelry. Okay. All right. So we have the witch doctor that shrinks the heads, right? For the judgment, for sure. I like him at the judgment. And the world is the underworld, like that sort of those doors that you find, like where are we going next? Like we finished in one room and now we're heading to another room, or we're heading back home, or wherever we're going. Like this is like the in between, that liminal space. Oh goodness. The King of Wands is a beetle. This is the talking beetle. The Queen of Wands is Delia herself. I think she's a perfect Queen of Wands. We have the Sandworm for the Knight of Wands. And the one of the ladies in the waiting room for the Page of Wands. I think an assistant to the magician getting cut in half. And she's reading a book here. Yeah. So I think she could make a good Page of Wands. So here is Lydia. I mean, Delia. I keep saying Lydia, but I mean Delia. She's coming in, changing things with her spray can. Like, this is out, this stays, this goes. So that's good for the Ace of Wands. Oh, it looks like we have illustrated pips. So before we start, let's just check to see if we have illustrated pips. Yeah, so it looks like we do. So, all right, we're going to just keep it moving. So we've got the Two of Wands. We've got Lydia with her handbook of when she's reading the handbook. And the Three of Wands. This is Beetlejuice's number that he gets when he sits down. The last scene where they're dancing and everything, that's the Four of Wands. They're very happy. It's a very happy scene and a very happy song by Harry Belafonte, I believe. The Five of Wands. Where they're trying to scare people. Yeah, that's definitely some petty Five of Wands energy for sure. The Six of Wands. Okay, so he's like, okay, let me look in this book. The Six of Wands, he is feeling very victorious in this moment, right? Because he's kind of figured out how to get into the afterworld. Like he's starting to figure this book out. He has the chalk. He's getting ready to draw the door and open it to the afterworld. I mean, the underworld. Okay. The Seven of Wands. This is when they're bringing that sculpture in that we saw earlier. They had to use a crane to get it in the window. Eight of Wands. This was a very fast moving scene for sure. Like everything one person did, then he would come up and like snatch one person, snatch another person, change from this um form to another. So yeah, I can see that. The Nine of Wands. Okay, he's drawing the house here. I mean, he's drawing the door here. He's very persistent, and he's like, we're definitely going to do something. He couldn't quite get it right, in this scene. He's like, okay, I draw this. What do I do next? What do I do next? Keep him trying to push until he gets to the next step. because they need some help. They got to get these people out of their house. And this book there's got to be some help on the other side of this book. Is this Otho climbing in the window? Who is this? Let me see what it says in the book. It says the Ten of Wands. Like everyone's favorite medium, you're taking on an excessive amount of work. Even though this is temporary, you're making things very hard on yourself. Is it really necessary? Sometimes front loading labor can be a means to an end. Examine your motives before you get stuck. Even if you can't see them, there are people waiting to help you climb through the metaphorical window. You don't need to struggle in solitude. Right. There's Adam as the King of Cups. Perfect. He's very much a King of Cups, and she's the Queen. Yep. And then that. I think that this is hilarious that we've got Beetlejuice as the Knight of Cups when we know for sure he did not give a damn about Lydia. I think that's a funny way to think of the Knight of Cups, like it's not genuine. It's just not. Page of Cups, all the football players, they were so sweet. Jeez, those poor guys. All right, so we have Delia. Now I'm calling her Delia. Lydia as the Ace of Cups. Okay, you can see it. It says in the guidebook here, you're ready for new experiences. You're ready for new relationships. So this could just be her going off to school, ready for new experiences. It threw me off because it says floating in the air. And I was like, wait a minute now. That's not the right picture, but I think it's okay. So here we have Delia. She at the end of the movie when she made that bust of the Beetlejuice when he was mimicking the sandworm. There's the Two of Cups. So this one says the Two of Cups brings an assurance that someone likes whatever you're creating. It's a deeply fulfilling partnership, sharing ideas and supporting each other. I think she was her own partner in this, to be honest. She was her own lover of her own work. Okay, so here we have them at the Deo scene for the Three of Cups. They were having a good time until those shrimp started grabbing their face and whatnot. And the Four of Cups, yeah, this dude, for sure. Or maybe a lot of the people in that waiting room were feeling very Four of Cups. So then we have the Five of Cups. I think this is when they're in the hallway and they're stopping to kind of look in windows in that hallway to see other people, other dead souls and things like that. I think that's what this scene is. I believe this is when I think that this is the guy. I think we just see him for a minute at the beginning of the movie, right? Where when they go out to the town to pick up whatever it is they're trying to pick up and they speak to him for a quick second. I believe that's who that is. This is the Seven of Cups. This is when they're coming back into the house after the crash and they have to make some choices for sure. And the Eight of Cups when they are deciding, okay, you know what? We're done trying to scare people. We're just gonna be friends with Lydia, And at this point, this is like a little bit of a turning point for them. Although they still released Beetlejuice, so they haven't put him back. They took him out and they did not put him back. So this is the Nine of Cups. Okay, yeah, the dad, he's happy reading his bird watching magazines and whatnot. And the Ten of Cups, oh, look at them. Aren't they sweet? Okay, the King of Swords. So this is the dad. Charles was his name. I think he's fine for King of Swords. He's very intellectual, real estate developer, I think, and he's retired and just wants to watch his birds. And her as the Queen of Swords. So we had her as the Queen of Wands and as the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Well, there aren't that many people in this movie, if we're being honest. It wasn't a huge cast, not a huge cast. So I understand why they have to repeat people. Okay, here's Beetlejuice again, because I was like, are we going to get more Beetlejuice? All right, so we have him as the Knight of Swords. Okay, I can see him as the Knight. I think he would have been a cool King of Swords, don't you think? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Page of Swords is another friend from the dinner party. Okay, so Ace of Swords, he's doing his little model. Two of Swords. Okay. Yeah, she's trying to get in this door, and they're on the other side. I like the duality here. So we have the living versus the dead. You know, someone trying to get out versus someone trying to keep someone out versus someone trying to get in. There's like a lot of play on duality in that picture. The Three of Swords. Oh, yes, very. She's utterly, I am alone. What did she say? I am alone. I am utterly alone. My whole life is a dark room. So this is the Four of Swords. Okay. Yeah. Taking a nap. Oh, so they put the I am alone on the Five of Swords. Interesting. So this is, I think that this is a really, now I'm thinking about this and I'm like, this is really good for the Five of Swords because if you're thinking about putting like, things that you may regret, this, like writing this sort of note before she like unalives, so she's planning to like unalive herself, right? And so like, yeah, I mean, it's dark, but it's a Five of Swords moment for sure. This is like those things that you say that you can't take back, or that could, you know what I mean? Like things that you're going to regret and that you are doing. Also, maybe thinking about it's not thinking about how it's going to affect other people, It's dark, but it works. So this is I mean, it's not as fun and it doesn't have as much levity as some of the other cards, but it really works for the Five of Swords when you think about it. So then you have the Six of Swords. Yes, okay. So this is when Otho was trying to like sneak out and then he got caught. So I think that's nice for the Seven of Swords. Oh goodness, Beetlejuice in sandworm form as the Eight of Swords. People were trapped in there with him, and he was a mess. Okay, here's the Nine of Swords. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder. I would have swapped these. Um, I would have swapped those, but I can see it as it is though. Then we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna move a little bit faster because I'm losing my light. I don't want to take forever. So we still have to shuffle and read from the book. Although I've been reading from the book the whole time. Here's the King of Swords. The King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, her rich friends from the party. Okay, so here's our Knight of Pentacles. This is the lady that is like the receptionist at the underworld waiting room. She is like on her shit. She's like, do you have this paperwork? Do you have that paperwork? This is what you need to do. This, that. So I think she's perfect for the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so we have another friend from the dinner party is the Page of Pentacles. She was kind of young and open and like just open-minded and stuff. And then here we have this is the TV. So this is like the he had like an ad like an advertisement that was like, oh, come on now, we can help you. I can help you. I can get rid of all your problems. I can exercise, the people out of your house or whatever. So I think that's good for the Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this is him still in the model. Okay. The Three, yeah, they're going around the house, like working on it. Yeah, these two together, I could definitely see as a Three of Pentacles moment because they like work off of each other and they're like, going around the house trying to fix it, but then also trying to see about these ghosts and all that kind of stuff. All right, so here is the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, this lady here, she was a little bit selfish, not gonna lie. So not Barbara, but this woman here, I forget her name in the movie, but she was a little bit selfish for sure. Um, Five of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, here lies Beetlejuice. Got a cash register. I think this is at the store where he's buying it's an exchange, right? The cash for the pieces of the model. Look at this. This is when they were trying to scare them and she like hung herself in the closet. For the Seven of Pentacles. She was like waiting in there and they didn't even see her. That was funny. Then Eight of Pentacles. Okay, yes, this is them. Like, okay, what are we doing wrong? And she's giving them. This is my favorite scene in the movie. She says my favorite quote. So I did a Beetlejuice tarot tag where I put quotes for where you have to pick. I'm sorry, I can't get my words out. I made a Beetlejuice tarot tag, and I have a playlist for that if you would like to see it. I'll pop it up here if I can remember. But one of the quotes that I did quotes from the first movie where you had to pick decks based on those quotes, and one of my favorite quotes was from this scene that was like, you let Beetlejuice out and you didn't put him back. She's like giving them directive, kind of telling them where they've gone wrong, what they can fix, how they can like, adjust it, and what they need to do to get everything back in order. So that's the perfect Eight of Pentacles. Here's our Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is where he's like leading. He's trying to get the beetle to come so he can eat it. So he's luring it in with a candy bar. So yeah, I mean, I guess that works fine for the Knight of Pentacles. Um, and here's the Ten of Pentacles. They're at the hardware store. Yeah, that works. I mean, that's their business, right? Yeah, I mean, that's their business. That works, right? So that's fine. And here are the backs again. Let's give them a shuffle. All right. So they should shuffle fine. I've got a few of these decks. Yeah. See, no problem. You can see I have a almost perfect shuffle there, and they riffle. I mean, they bridge nicely. Definitely gonna be edging these and like maybe black. I think black. I was gonna do green, but I think black. I think black would be nice, or even a purple, because purple is a big color. I thought I had a purple marker ready to edge these, but the backs aren't given purple, are they? It would either be like a wine or a black. I think I'm going to do black. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I've read quite a few from the guidebook already. All right, so we have that Page of Pentacles. We're going to read that one. This is the shuffle. If you haven't had any Inside Editions decks, I actually have another Inside Editions deck walkthrough coming. That it's the Heart Tarot, and if you guys want to see it, I'll put it out right after this one. But this is the cardstock, because of this like satin mat, it does stick a little bit when you first get them, and after a while that does loosen up, but it does take a few. I would say my Hocus Pocus deck is nice and loose. It's been 3 Halloweens I've had it now. So yeah, but the cardstock is very nice. It's like this rubbery coating on it, bouncy. They do bow when you shuffle them, but if you shuffle them, they get a little bow. But if you bridge them, they go right back to normal. So yeah, very nice cardstock, and it smells. They smell divine. They smell like a new pair of sneakers, if I'm being honest. So let's read for these two. So let's start with this one, Page of Pentacles, because I have the Pentacles here. All right, so it says, if you would like to read it for yourself, it's here. Okay, Page of Pentacles, open-minded and inspired by potential. The Page of Pentacles never turns down an interesting invitation, even if it ends up in a shrimp attack. The page represents this beginning of a lucrative partnership in which you'll find success as long as you're dedicated and focused. Reversed seems like someone dropped a house on your plans. The reversed Page of Pentacles represents a moment of frustration, a feeling that your ideas can't get off the ground. Consider taking some time away to rediscover your original inspiration and plan a new approach. You'll be back on track in no time. That's actually a really good interpretation of the Page of Pentacles in its form of like in its real life. I like these Inside Edition guidebooks because I feel like the write-ups are always very realistic. Like what could be happening in your life now? How can this be interpreted right now? So the Seven of Wands says remodeling the maintenance house wasn't easy, especially with ghostly interference. The Seven of Wands is like Barbara and Adam challenging the deets at every turn. Someone is creating obstacles that threaten your project, and it's going to take resilience, confidence, and persistence to see it through. Reversed, no matter how amazing your designs are, there will always be someone who doesn't like them. When reversed, the Seven of Wands prods you to overcome adversity, to silence unfair criticisms, and stand by your point of view. Okay, and let's just do one major really quickly. We'll do the moon. Whether it's in the attic or under designer sheets, something is hiding. Anxious memories of your past are rising and you're feeling threadbare under their influence. It's important to remember that, like the Maitlands, these memories are ghosts and can't hurt you. Banish the illusion by caring for your mental health, asking for support, and anchoring to the present. Reversed, you're piecing something together, but you don't have all the information you need just yet. If you're on the verge of making a major decision, hold off until you have full clarity. Like the Maitland's missing feet, something is just off. That's really great. Okay, so my thoughts on this. My first impressions are I would have preferred a regular guidebook. I love the writing in this and I want to be able to read it, but I'm not going to want to pull this out and do all of the things that you have to do to get to the card write up in this. And it's not a map. Like if there was actually like a model of the town in here, I would say, okay, I see why they did this. But as it is with no map and no model, that I think they should have made this a guidebook. The cards are fantastic. I really like the choices they've made. I love seeing all the characters. I'm really glad that they went for um, a fully illustrated deck. So this is going to be super fun. Abigail Larson's artwork is spot on. I can tell exactly who I'm looking at in every card. I can tell exactly what scene we're looking at. She's done a fantastic job rendering the movie. um, so yeah, I really enjoy that. So those are my first impressions so far. I haven't used the deck, so I can't say how it reads, but I do. I'm smiling. Like you can't see my face, but I'm smiling from ear to ear looking at this. This is so cute and so fun. And I'm so tickled to have it that I know that this is making me smile. I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan of Beetlejuice. So as a fan, I know I'm gonna love using this. I'm gonna love looking at these. I have the Hocus Pocus deck, and every time I pull that out, I smile. I don't care. I love that deck so much, and I feel like this is gonna be the same. You know what I mean? For me, I just look at this, like scenes like this, and even this, and this. Like I just laugh. I can hear the movie in my head. Like I said, she's done such a wonderful job rendering it that I know exactly what I'm looking at in every card. So her artwork is beautiful. I can't wait to see more of it. So yes, those are my first impressions. I will put the Amazon link down below if you think you might want to pick one of these up for yourself. I am an Amazon affiliate, so I appreciate it when you guys use those links. If you do decide to purchase from Amazon, then of course you can purchase it directly from Insight Editions, as well as all the other places where you buy tarot decks. I think Barnes and Noble is selling them. Other places as well. So, but like I said, if you do decide to purchase from Amazon, appreciate it when you guys use those links. Doesn't cost you anything, helps me out a little bit. I put it all back into the channel. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think about the deck. How are you feeling about the Beetlejuice Tarot deck? Are you as excited as I am? Are you as in love as I am? Let me know all the things in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps my channel grow. It helps me know what you guys like. And if you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle, and I would love to have you. Thank you to all of you who have been here, who are doing the thumbs ups, who are, using the links, who are watching the videos, who are chatting with me in the comments below. I love talking to you guys. I love hearing your thoughts. So thank you to everybody. Shout out to Insight Editions for sending this one over to me. I'm so excited to have it, and I'm going to be using it tomorrow on my Instagram. If you want to see where I use decks and everything, you can check out my Instagram. That link is always in the description box below. And until I see you guys next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye-bye.